All of you. I've been given this very wonderful opportunity for explaining the four divine Vedas by Sachin sir. So thank you so much, sir. I'll start with the next slide. So I'll start with the origin of Vedas. Vedas constitute the earliest body of Indian scriptures. They're the oldest text containing the yogic teachings in Vedic Sanskrit. Very little is known about the writers of Hindu texts, but Hindus believe that they were revealed to ancient sages through divine inspiration. The Vedas were written down thousands of years ago, but it believes that they contain knowledge and wisdom that originated even long before them, passed down orally. Very little is known about the writers of the texts. The word Veda means knowledge. The origin of Vedas dates back to 1600 BCE. The oldest Veda is the Rig Veda. In Mahabharata, the creation of Vedas is credited to Brahmaji, the supreme creator. However, the hymns were written by the rishis. The Rig Veda was authored in and around 1600 BCE. However, no definite proof can be given, as these texts were passed orally, which was elaborate and precise. Brahma, the creator. It is believed that Brahmaji, the lord of creation, had 5 heads to start with. One of the 5 heads was eliminated by Shiva, the lord of destruction and regeneration. The 4 Vedas represent the 4 heads represent the 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda, which explains the fundamentals of creation and nature. These heads also represent the 4 directions: north, south, east, and west. Initially, the 5 heads represented the Panchabhutas: Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Prithvi, and Jala, also known as sky, air, fire, earth, and water. The biological's life is created, maintained, and sustained by these 5 Panchabhutas, and after death, it dissolves into the Panchabhuta. The Akasha element doesn't play an important role in the creation and sustenance of life. It is only needed during death, which can be attributed to the work of Lord Shiva, who causes the Pralaya. The 4 heads of Brahma also represent the 4 most important elements of nature, namely hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, which are important for the creation of all the biological life. So next slide.
Yes.
The Matsya Avataram. Lord Vishnu visits earth every time Adharma raises its head and causes distraction. We all know about this. Hayagriva was a demon with his face shaped like a horse. Lord Vishnu created the 4 Vedas and handed them on to Lord Brahma so he could pass them to the human race. Brahma reached Kailasa to seek Shiva's help before sharing the gift with the human race. Using this opportunity, he stole the Vedas and hid them under the sea so that this knowledge never reached the humans. To end this tyranny, Lord Vishnu took the avatar of Matsya, a fish. Vishnu is born as a small fish, and with Manu's protection, he grows and grows to become a huge fish, and he saves the earth, or Prithvi. He slays the demon Hayagrivasura and rescues the Vedas. Lord Vishnu is also lauded as the savior of Vedas. So next slide. Types of Vedas. The 4 Vedas are Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharva Veda. All of them together constitute Chatur Veda. Each Veda has been subclassified into the following: Samhitas, hymns, prayers, or texts; Aranyakas, ritual sacrifices; Brahmanas, commentary of hymns of Vedas; and Upanishads, conversations between teacher and student. So next slide. So let us analyze these Vedas one by one. First of all, we go to the Rig Veda. The Rig means to praise or shine, and Veda means knowledge. It has 1,008 hymns and 10,600 verses. It is the oldest and first of all the Vedas. Hymns and verses were written by rishis, who were the believers of Sanatana Dharma, handed through generations by word of the mouth without any written copy or source. Next, we move on to the Samaveda. Sama means song and Veda means knowledge. It was the book of relating to the musical knowledge. It was also known as the Veda of melody and chants. Two out of 108 Upanishads are embedded in the Samaveda. Roots of classical Indian dance and music. This is a root of classical Indian dance and music. So next one. Yajurveda. Yajur, the prose or mantras, and Veda, knowledge, known as the book of rituals. It dates back to 1200 or 1000 BCE. It serves as the literal guidebook for the priest who executes religious rituals. It consists of 1875 verses and 6 Upanishads. Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda are two classified groups in this. Next is the Atharva Veda. Atharva, formulas or spells, and Vedas, knowledge. This is known as the Veda of magic formulas. The mixture of hymns, chants, spells, and prayers that help in healing of illness, prolonging life, removing disorders, etc. It consists of 730 hymns, 6,000 mantras, and 3 Upanishads. Next, we move on to the Upanishads. Upa means by and Nishad means sit down. The students sit near the teacher to receive the spiritual knowledge. They teach the deeper and internal meaning of sacrifices. They were composed orally in Sanskrit between 700 BCE and 300 BCE. 10 Upanishads were composed between 700 to 500 BCE, which the five are Brahadaranyaka, Chandogya, Taitreya, Aitreya, and Kausitaki. Between 300 and 100 BCE, the other five were Kena, Kata, Isha, Mandra, Prashan, Mundaka, and Mandukya, and Maitri. They are also known as the Vedanta, which means the end of the Veda, as they are usually present at the conclusion. Division of 108 Upanishads in the Vedas are as follows. In Rig Veda, there are 10 Upanishads, Mahakavya, Prajnanana, Brahma from Aitreya Upanishad. Samaveda. Number of Upanishads present, 16. Mahakavya, Tattvam Asi from Chandogya Upanishad. Yajurveda, there are 51 Upanishads present. The Mahakavya is Aham Brahmasmi from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atharva Veda, there are 31 Upanishads present. The Mahakavya is Ayamatma Brahma from Mandukya Upanishad. The Puranas means ancient or old. 18 Mahapuranas are present. Brahma Purana, Padma Purana, Vishnu Purana, Shiva Purana, Bhagavata Purana, Narada Purana, Markandeya Purana, Agni Purana, Bhavishya Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Linga Purana, Varaha Purana, Skanda Purana, Vamana Purana, Kurma Purana, Matsya Purana, Garuda Purana, and Brahmanda Purana. Vyasa is credited with the authorship of these 18 Puranas. Thank you, Sachin sir, for giving this wonderful opportunity. Dhanyavadam, Hari Om.
Excellent. Thank you so much for a in-detail presentation. I would just like to focus on this one, where already Aditi in the last few classes she has explained that out of the 4 Vedas, the Rig Veda explains Prajnana Brahman, means I am God. Then Tattvam Asi. In Gita also we are learning Tat Tvam Asi. Means Tat means God, Tvam means you, Asi means you are. So it is in Chandogya Upanishad from Samaveda. Aham Brahma Asmi. I am God or Brahman. Again here from Yajurveda, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And finally, I am Atma Brahman. In English also, I am. So in the Sanskrit, it is I am Atma Brahman. Easy to understand. These 4 all are talking about you are that Tattva, the God, which is there pervading in every one of you.